It is certainly a tough challenge to win a U.S. Senate seat when your party holds the White House, but North Carolina Democrats had no problem finding the kind of candidates they want in the race to replace retiring Republican Senator Richard Burr.
Jeff Jackson, a state senator who's part of a new generation of politicians, wants to restore some things he believes have gotten lost over the years. Our senior political reporter Bob Buckley shows us the kinds of things you're likely to hear when Mr. Jackson begins a series of 100 town halls in 100 days.
I'll tell you what I can do. We're running to raise your expectations. You deserve more.
If Jeff Jackson hasn't spoken to you yet, he plans to. Jackson grew up in Chapel Hill but represents the Charlotte area in the state Senate. He plans to go to all 100 counties and speak to as many voters as will listen, which he says is not the way most candidates do things these days.
Candidates get into a submarine and they head out to sea. And that submarine will resurface every 6 weeks and they'll say, hey, we're still running. And that's the only time we hear from candidates.
He felt the eyes of history upon him when 9/11 happened the day before his 19th birthday.
And here I was, a healthy 19-year-old young man. We were clearly about to be involved in a war. And I thought, if I don't enlist, I'll feel like I skipped a step. I'll feel like I shirked something that I should be doing.
How old are you? Jackson has spent the last 18 years in the National Guard, something that has helped him develop connections with his Republican colleagues in the state Senate.
Amazingly, bipartisanship is still alive and well here in the General Assembly.
But he says what has really helped him as a legislator is relationships.
When I first got to the state Senate, one of the things I did was meet in person with every Republican. It took me about 6 months to actually get through all of them. But it was amazing, the common ground that you could find when you actually took the time to have a conversation. I can trace every bill that I've passed in the 7 years since back to one of those early conversations. It really does matter.
My fellow Americans.
In an era when his party is trying to do bold things on a national scale, many North Carolina voters are thinking they don't want their state to be like California.
Certainly in politics, it feels like everything's becoming national. Our campaign's trying to localize things. You said not every state wants to be California. Well, heck, Western North Carolina doesn't want to be like Eastern North Carolina.
That doesn't mean that Jackson shies away from big national initiatives. One that he says he hears about in every county he visits is the need for quality, high-speed broadband internet access.
Now we just got drugged through this pandemic. These people had students who had to go to the parking lot of McDonald's to do their homework. Telemedicine is now going to be a huge piece of how we get our health care. It's never going back to the way that it was.
Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Jackson will have town halls in 2 of our counties this weekend. He'll be in Davidson and then Forsyth on Saturday.